Good evening and welcome to this webinar on research publishing in support of writing quality research papers for IRS 2025. There are two resource persons of the webinar today. The first speaker of the webinar today is Dr. 𝗂𝗪𝗩𝗪𝗪, the Senior Lecturer, Department of Multimedia and Web Technology, University of Vocational Technology. I would like to give brief introduction of Dr. 𝗂𝗪𝗩𝗪𝗪. He is an electronic engineering diplomat of Institute of Engineering Technology, Sri Lanka, late graduate at University of Colombo with BSc in Physical Science and MSc in Computer Science. He has completed Diploma in E-Governance in Postgraduate Institute of Management, University of 𝔅𝔠𝗥𝗦. Also, he possesses MBA from Moratuwa University and obtained his PhD in Information Management in Tibet from Asian Institute of Technology, Thailand. Dr. 𝗂𝗪𝗩𝗪𝗪 was a special apprentice in Sri Lankan Broadcasting Corporation and technical officer at Sri Lanka Rupawahini Corporation. He has worked as assistant engineer and manager in Sri Lankan Telecom and project manager at ADB. And he also was a Deputy Director General, Tertiary and Vocational Education Commission, the regulatory body of Tibet in Sri Lanka. Also, he possesses 30 years experience in telecommunication, ICT, labor marketing, information system, and e-learning system. He has published many research papers in index journals, locally and internationally. He also able to write a book entitled A System of Best Practices in Tibet Quality Assurance in dear sir, Dr. 𝗂𝗪𝗩𝗪𝗪, it is over to you, sir. I cordially invite to Dr. 𝗂𝗪𝗩𝗪𝗪 to introduce to research. It is over to you, sir.
Good evening. Thank you very much. It is my pleasure to be here as a presenter for this important webinar on advancing research culture in vocational education in line with our International Research Symposium 2025. So before going into the presentation, I thought I must give some brief some story about the research and what we expect from the research from the story of Nikola Tesla. So I admire his research as inventor of the last century. Actually, from his inventions, we are still using his inventions like the mobile phone, the broadcasting, the television, starting of the television, the X-ray tube, the radio, neon lamp, induction motor, all the alternating current motor was invented by him. So he has done a great service to the humankind as inventor. So he has given he has many patents, and tribute to him. I want to tribute to him as the inventor of the last century. So we can start our research presentation with that, and I'm going to cover TVT sector, introduction to the TVT sector, why especially the research. We want to promote it in the TVT sector and the goals of this presentation. And understanding the TVT sector, actually TVT sector is technical and vocational, covers entire world of work. Actually, the world in front of you is created by the TVT sector. That is how I can present the TVT sector is to you, because whatever the equipment, buildings, or various things that in front of you is a product of the TVT sector. So people coming out of the TVT sector that's why I tell, they have created this world. In Tibet, we have different features, and we can see how Tibet is placed in world of work, where the informal labor market, starting from the informal labor market and progressing from vocational qualifications up to the professional bodies. Now they are connected to each other. Also, people who are coming from the Tibet sector is going to world of work. So that is the ultimate objective of this Tibet sector. Rather than producing the academics, we produce the people to run this world. That means entire our daily operations, the things we use, everything we use for the utilities, we use the skills of Tibet sector. So that's why it is very important to develop this TVT sector. So research is one main area to develop the Tibet. So what is the difference between the Tibet and general and higher education? So there are three areas that in Sri Lanka, some other countries, they don't have this kind of deviation, but as the early stage in the development of Tibet, Sri Lanka has three areas. Now, normal general education and the most of the university education, those are input-based education, mostly based on the lectures and instructions and so on. So apart from that, the Tibet education is based from outcome-based. That is, we are trying to provide the skills for the people who can perform some jobs, occupations, professions, so on. And the major difference that the qualifications given from the Tibet sector is we are more concerned on competencies rather than pure academic or knowledge base. So we want people to perform their particular jobs or occupations through the competencies achieved from the Tibet sector. So there's a bit of a difference where this learning from Tibet and the academic, full academic pathways, so that is called the credit system that we use. The Carnegie credit system, which was used earlier, maybe I think it was started in 1806. And after about 100 years, the European countries who were pioneers of the skills education, they have come up with European Credit Transfer and Accumulation System, we call ECTS, which is more towards the skills education and more towards the skills education. And actually, that is the latest credit system that we used in our TVET sector. Now, the earlier Carnegie system also, now they are trying to convert their credit system to the European credit transfer system, which is the latest one. And this education is more focused for the continuous development. Not that we learn something and we do jobs. We want this to be focused for the lifelong learning. So lifelong learning is so learning never ends until death. People are learning things and making different jobs. They can switch jobs. And this system has no failure. Now, some people say the students have failed. So that is not the case in this TVET, because the students are failing in their general education because their subject is not in that 8 subjects which were taught in schools. That's the scenario that the students not interested in these 8 subjects because their interested subjects are not taught in schools. And there is no competition in this sector. Most of the countries, now they removed the final examination systems. Now they want students continuous develop and progression. They want to achieve their progression pathways through the TVET. So we more focused on competencies or the learning outcomes. We have challenges as well. So we have low perception in the society and the stigma, and people have lack of awareness what is happening in the TVET sector. Most people wanted to send their child to the conventional university system. And funding is also limited. Even though the TVET sector earns the larger portion of incoming remittances to Sri Lanka, our funding is actually 4% of the education budget. And we need digital transformation in our sector. So that is one of the drawbacks that we are trying to work on. And the industry is also ahead of the TVET sector, so that we are trying to match with the industry always, because our students are going to the industry. And we want to improve applied research in industry. So our students need to give solutions for the issues coming out of the industry. We can support the industry by getting onto the research areas which are benefited to the industry and industrial developments. When we speak about the scope of TVET, we have 28 industry sectors covering entire spectrum of world of work. And the TVET institutions in Sri Lanka amounts to a number like 1,700 centers in Sri Lanka, targeting like 250,000 students. In 2019, we had 250,000 students in the TVET sector per intake. And I think this is some larger numbers compared to the students enrolling to schools like 325,000 every year. Now we have major portion of students in this sector. Now that's why it is very important to do the research, and there could be research that we can promote in TVET sector. Now research is we can say some representations, and we can say ideas. Those are not research. Now we can say today evening there will be rain, but that is not a research, and we want to prove that through systematic approach. And so the objectives should be clear and unbiased. We have to collect the empirical evidences through experimentation and various sources. And the research, if we do the same research repeatedly, we should get the same results. That is the replicability. And also the process that we do should be very transparent. And we have to see whether this is logical, and these are critically analyzed and thought, there's a thought-provoking. And also research should be peer-reviewed. So peers in the research areas should review this and critically analyze if there's something wrong, something not proper, they are showing to correct this. So that's then also we can go for iterative process where we can improve research in continuous progressive manner. So why it is important for a person? Now we discussed why it is important for an industry. Now for a person like you, the students, you can boost your professional skills. You can represent at any kind of gathering, community in the professional life, so that you are well recognized. So you can improve your reputation. And if it is the job market, so you are well recognized in the job market if you are a researcher. So you can inspire your audience, and you can make better networking among your community to have various benefits. And we can, if you present, so your research, so there could be various other benefits that you are well recognized. So your papers can improve up to publishing in a journal and well recognized. And even you can publish a book through your research in your area. So you are the expert in this particular area if you have done your research correct. And there could be various types of research. So it's basically we can divide quantitative and qualitative. So quantitative, we are working with the numbers, and qualitative, actually we are working with the perceptions and beliefs and various other. Most of the social research comes to the qualitative, and the qualitative research depends on people or various other perceptions, so that the behavior depends on behavior of the respondents. And could be there are various other research methods, so we can get a cross section of particular area, and we can compare after some time. So and we can do the research, and also the longitudinal. That means, so by the time we take samples in different time regions, so that we can say what is the behavior or the change in particular objective or particular substance. And we have action research. So the operational. So there are some actions taken in mostly in the industry, and various areas we do that. And case control studies. So we take the test case or various cases, and we do research, analyze particular case, and there are correlational. We can see if one thing changes, how other factors are changing. So those are the correlation. So also grounded theory. So if we some might think that we have to get the data, analyze the data, and get representation of the data. So research is not limited to that. Even we can say some conceptual research. So if we can prove that through the grounded theory, actually grounded means we have to take the evidences from the previous research. So those things are well researched and proved. Those are the grounded research. So from grounded evidences, we can create new concepts. Those are grounded theory research. And meta-analysis. There are meta-analysis mostly we use for the literature surveys. If we take a particular subject, so we analyze particular subject, what are the things that has been done in particular area with some meta information. And also we can do surveys and questionnaires. So mostly to analyze the development, maybe various impact and even education outcomes, we do surveys through questionnaires. Also, we have mixed mode. So combining maybe two or three methods, we can come up with the mixed method research. So there's no limit in the research. So we can take various pathways, various methods, and so on to find a new thing. So it could be an invention, some innovation, and maybe some new idea. So it's basically our research is not limited to a particular qualitative or quantitative. There could be various outcomes and outputs from our research. And focusing to our International Research Symposium, so we have 6 thematic areas. The first thematic area is sustainability. So strategies, here we are trying to research the strategies for environmental and social sustainability. And we can say what is the gender equity, vulnerability, inclusiveness in Tibet, and how we can address the sustainability as well. So this is the first thematic area. The second thematic area is management and technology for resource efficiency. Here we try to do the advancement, the operationalize or the how to maximize the resource efficiency in various sectors and sustainability. The third area is artificial intelligence. So how we can use artificial intelligence, IoT for smart industries. So that is the trend today. How we can come up with sustainable solutions using the technology, the smart technologies. Fourth area is the greening. Actually, this is an emerging topic. The world is moving towards greening industries, greening education, greening trade. Various greening initiatives are being promoted in various sectors like education, agriculture, food, tourism, hospitality. Not only that, various industries as well. And the fifth is digitizing creative industries. So we want people to come up with digitalization in creative industries like fashion, cosmetology, performing arts, modern digital technologies like this. And the sixth area is interdisciplinary process in how you can create some conducive educational technology education through to create solutions for global challenges in education. So those are the 6 areas that we are focusing on symposium. And not only that, if you come up with other researchers, so we can put in this 6th thematic area interdisciplinary approaches. In the Tibet ecosystem, we can see how Tibet system is connected with various other products, services, culture, the partners. So we need the skills. So to enhance the skills, we need the research culture in the Tibet system. So we have to come up with new curricula, new qualification, new teaching learning methods, new inventions. So we need to target the youth, adults, and special groups. So how we can promote education to these groups, vulnerable groups, and how we can incubate new ideas, products, services, and various things. How to innovate the capacity for cultural and advocacy for various areas, various research areas. So we want to promote the TVT ecosystem through the research. So research should support to develop this Tibet ecosystem. And these things will be discussed more in the other session that will be done by Dr. Vijayendra. I touched briefly. So one way of doing research is we can identify a problem. So we have to provide the solution. So before providing solution, we have to see what other people, other researchers approach to solve the same problem. So if we can solve this issue in a different approach, so that is the novelty of our research. Because if we say we are doing research, there should be a novelty. Novelty means new concept. We have to create something new. We can look at same problem and there could be different solutions for the same issue, likewise. So we can design some method. For that, we need to collect and analyze the existing data to find there's a pattern. So we have to recognize patterns through statistical means so that we can identify some of the trends, patterns, and gaps, likewise. So then we can interpret and report findings to the research community. To report findings, we need to publish our research outcomes to the research community. So to identify research, we can use sources of problems. Now, there are problems in the industry, problem in the social sectors, various other agriculture sector, various service sector. So we need to find whether it is relevant and whether it is feasible to do the topic that we are selecting. And as I said, you have to do the literature review. What other people have done in particular area. And sometimes I have seen in many research attempts, people try to use other people's literature by putting merely the other people's, other researchers' ideas. It should not be the case. They have to critically analyze the other persons, other researchers' research work, and that's how actually they can come up with the gaps. So they have to critically analyze and see what are the gaps in previous research. So we can identify that. And sources of information. So if we do the research, I said the proper grounded research or the ideas should be used. That means that the idea that we take into our research should be proved earlier within the research community. If it is not proved in a proper way and not published, we have some doubt in particular data or information and the sources. Then what are the how to write a strong research question? And if we come up with a strong research question, we have to be very feasible and complex and arguable. It should not be a very simple question. It should be some complex. There should be some complexity, and it should be. We have to showcase, or we have to. It should be presentable to the research community as an issue, and that's why we need to find a lot of literature regarding particular issue or the problem. And it should be relevant and should be original. Not that if same research has been done or performed by some other researcher, it is waste of resources, time and resources if you do the same research. So please keep avoid using the same research in early areas, and we have to reveal or uncover something new, and also it should be interesting and meaningful to others, and there should be a focus, and also the topic should be researchable topic. Some topics we cannot research. Sometimes we don't have resources. Sometimes it is meaningless to research particular ideas. So we have to come up with a strong research question. Then we have to design the research. What are the, if it is a qualitative, quantitative, mixed method, what is our research design? And we have to choose the right design for TVET studies. That depends on your data, your topic, your expected outcomes. So what is the goal or the aim of the research? So for that, we have to use proper research design. And after that, we have to, some research, we have to collect data. So it could be through various surveys, interviews, observations, results of the experiments, and could be various sources of data to measure the outputs. And you have to come up the meaningful information. And for that, we use like questionnaires, interview guides, checklists. So we have designed the questionnaires in order to get meaningful information. So after the questionnaire was performed, like if we collect the evidences from the responders, so we cannot change the questionnaire. Because of that, we have to be more specific and we have to be very thorough what we are doing. And then we have to use these guidelines. Otherwise, at the end of the research, if we understood something wrong in the original idea or the research design, all the resources will be wasted, because we cannot do the same research twice. We have to start from the beginning. Then we can have the checklist, but we have to do the first, second, likewise. And we can use various data analysis approaches. Now there are some AI tools, for statistics tools, and for qualitative research. We can do coding and theming. So various research methods are there to analyze your data. And also, ethics in research is very much important. So ethics, we have to see how we can use this ethics to maintain our credibility and truthfulness, or the genuine, to keep the genuineness of the research. So for that, we need to say, we have to inform the consent for the responders, and we have to keep the data or the information confidential. So some data, if exposed, so that violates some of the data protection rules or guidelines. So we have to be very careful in dealing with third-party data. So we need to make it confidential if it is personal data, or maybe some data related to maybe national security, various other purposes, which harm the society. So we need not to disclose those information to a third party. As I said, there should be trustworthiness of the data. So we have to ensure the validity and the reliability. The reliability means if we do the same research several times, we have to get the same results. So that is the reliability of the research. And we have to report the findings. So one method of reporting is we can write the conference paper, journal paper, article. So there could be many ways of writing. Today, in the next session, we are going to discuss how to write a research paper. To publish your research, we need to write to some, could be a journal, could be a book, could be a web conference. So we can use some visuals, tables, graphs, and various presentation methods for this to present the report, research findings. And you have to present it. Publishing is not merely putting your data or what you have recovered or what you have come up with in a web or various other share with some small community. You have to publish your research in an oral presentation, poster, publication, journal work to reach other researchers, other community. It's not merely putting in a website and you can say it's published. You have to publish in conference, journal, peer-reviewed journal, and various, you have to do some peer reviewing at the time of publishing to improve the quality of your research. And there are some best practices. So we have to have good research design and methodology, ethical considerations, data collection, data management analysis, transparency. So we need to see whether it is our research is biased, whether it is peer-reviewed, replicability, acknowledging the conflict of interest, because sometimes you may have conflict of interest in particular research, and dissemination and communication. All these are very important when it comes to the research. So we have various challenges as well, like access to data, because in Sri Lanka, the databases are very limited. So we cannot sometimes get the previous information, previous data. So we have to generate, we have to capture data from our experiments, maybe surveys, some questionnaires, maybe you can interview. So sometimes if we cannot access to databases, we have to generate, we have to capture data through various means. So we have limited funding in research. As I mentioned, budget of the total TVET in Sri Lanka is 2% or the 4% of the total education budget. So it's very limited. And the motivation is less. So that's why we need to improve or enhance your motivation to do some research. Then only we can promote this TVT sector within the research community and within the world of work. And we have to guide researchers. Today's webinar is also aimed to guide you to a quality research. So we need quality research through your performance. And in Sri Lanka, we have limited industry, so that applied research in industry is limited. But somehow if we manage to access the industries, they are very well supportive, and they want to improve their industry performance through research. So if there are areas that we can support you to connect with the industry. So that is the end of my presentation. So I would like to thank the organizers, actually Dr. 𝗓𝗥𝗦 and various other supporting staff, University of Vocational Technology, and Dr. Vijayendra, who is my our next presenter, for their continuous effort and dedication, and various other supporters for this endeavor to educate you, focusing on 9th International Research Symposium 2025, which will be held on 12th December 2025. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for giving us a very informative background regarding research in why it is needed for the TVET sector and the type of research, and a brief overview about research outline. And without taking much time, I would like to introduce the second speaker of today's webinar, is Dr. 𝗓𝗥𝗦 𝗨𝗪𝗓. Ma'am, let me introduce your profile. She's a senior lecturer in research with over 24 years of experience in computer science and information technology in General Sir John Kothawala Defence University in Sri Lanka. She also played a key academic leadership in role as the coordinator of MBA in e-governance and the program coordinator of the BSc in Computer Degree Program. Currently, she is attending to the Faculty of IT, University of Vocational Technology, during her sabbatical period. She holds a PhD in Computer Science in 𝔅𝔠𝷄𝑥 University of United Kingdom, and as well as MSc in Information Technology and Operation Research. She is founding editor-in-chief of International Journal of Research in Computing, chair of Information System and Information Security Research Group at the faculty, and advisor to British Computer Society student chair. She also serves as founding coordinator of the BSc organization membership at KDU. Her research and collaboration projects span internationally, involving partners in Australia, United Kingdom, and New Zealand. Madam, this is over to you. We would like to know about the research write-up. It is over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. 𝗓𝗡𝗓, for the kind introduction. And I consider this as a pleasure to do a session on how to write a research article. Actually, I should say that now in the universities, earlier the research culture is from PhDs, master's level students. Now it has come to the undergraduate and diploma and other levels as well. And also this kind of work is not only for academic requirement. Even if you are working in the industry, I can see many participants, students here. So we should highly appreciate your presence here. This may be something new to you, but anyway, it is now requirement even at the industry to explain and to include that to your CV, that what you have done in addition to learning the modules taught at the undergraduate level. So therefore, this is an arena for you. The university has provided you an opportunity to showcase or present the work in a conference. So therefore, it is the platform for you to present your work. So I hope this will be a good opportunity for you, the students, as well as to the staff in collaboration with the students to share the research work. So in my presentation, I directly focus on writing research article, especially by considering this conference requirement. So you may think that how can I write a research article? I haven't done any research. Yes, you have done. So if you are students, you have studied many different modules. Here I can see from many different backgrounds. Then what you have done for your even the projects or for your assignments, you can convert that into a research article. So a little bit more depth is required, but anyway, so if you are thinking, what is it? How can I do it? That is the answer from me. So any one of you who has innovative idea and thinking about this will be useful to the world if I write it and present it. So that is the starting point. So if you think who will use it, how will it be used? So if you do a research article writing, so it is a resource to the university or the conference or the place where you are presenting. So therefore, it will be in a repository, maybe in the library or maybe in the publishing organization, like that. So that is one credential that you have. Otherwise, you can show that this as my work. So it add value to you as well. So therefore, as Dr. 𝗤𝔯𝗦 explained, from the TVET sector, if more and more research comes, it will be an opportunity for industry also to collaborate with the universities and do more practical or more useful research. So with this background, I will go through the structure of a research article and how do you do the referencing, and also tools that you can use, and also when you are going to present in a conference, what are the important points. And as a reviewer, so I have worked as a reviewer. I think I can see the other lecturers here may have worked as reviewers. What is the reviewer's expectation from a research article? So then these things will be discussed within the next half an hour time. I have a very limited time. So then if you think about the structure, first it should be the topic. So then you have to consider how to select a topic. So when selecting a topic, the many conferences give their theme. So actually that is in the website as well. And the Dr. 𝗤𝗯𝗦 explained what are the themes of our conference related to many different areas related to TVET sector. So you can think about a topic related to those areas. Also, you can consider addressing a problem. So this problem may be that you face during your day-to-day life, or generally the public face, or the burning problem issue in the world. Or actually, I normally ask my students to consider sustainable development goals introduced in the United Nations to find a problem. So there are 17 goals given. I am not going to explain it now. So if you are thinking about choosing a topic, that's one starting point. Or otherwise, practically think about the problem you face, maybe the transport related, health related, and also if you are from technology area, related to the problem in the networks that you use. So any area you can select, or telecommunication. Say as an example, if I say one of my students selected a project to develop an app for dementia patients. So then I asked, why did you select that topic? Then she told her grandmother is facing many difficulties due to dementia. And then the thought about the giving any kind of solution for that, because can't remember everything. I think you also may have grandparents. 𝐽𝗂 මතක නැහැ, කීයක තිබ්බ තැන මතක නැහැ. So like that, to support those kinds of situations, doing something. So like that, you can consider some real world problems that you face, your friends or general public or whoever face, and the world requirement like that. So that is the starting point that you can think. But it should not be a very broad topic. How to eliminate the poverty, like that. It's a very big topic. So then very small area. If you think about the poverty, you can consider how can you give the job opportunities to TVET sector, the graduates or students by developing some tools or by gathering their data. So this can be related to many different areas. So like that should be narrowed down to the level that you can manage within the given time frame for the research. And also it should be of your interested area. So if you do not have the interest in doing it, so it is difficult to come out. It is not forcefully, it is intrinsically. So you should think about what I can do. So it is one important thing. then you can go up to higher levels. Sometimes through the research, you can go up to your own organization development, just like entrepreneurs, or you can go up to patents. Some of my students have gone up to that level, and you can go to the competitions. Some of the competitions locally are 𝔅𝔠𝔢𝔢𝔢𝔢𝔢𝔢𝔢𝔢𝔢 when you do some products with the research, then you can go for that. And also there are many other kinds of national and international level conferences, as well as the competitions. You can get the recognition through the research. So another way is you can see existing research published by others to find what is done and what is not done. So the gap. Say as an example, for the traffic problem, if currently the used method is just like the physical traffic light, so can you think about any other alternative method to manage the traffic? So to facilitate the burning issues. So like that, what others have used for this problem. So what technologies used, what methods used, and what results they have obtained. So then you can think what is the gap. So what is not filled, or otherwise what is not covered up to now, because it should be something new. Novelty is one important point in research. So therefore, you can consider that aspect also. Then normally for research, there are many different structures, but for conference article and related to engineering, computing, education, and agriculture, and many other areas which this sector related, this structure is most appropriate. This is called MRAD, or otherwise Introduction, Methods, Results, Discussion is the structure. Actually, the template given is the conference also covering this. I will show you the conference template at the end. Then this guides you for easy reading also. So we have to think about the reader's perspective also. So you first introduce the topic, then you explain what method you use to find the solution to the problem. Then you give the results, then you give your point of view, and then you conclude. So therefore, it is one way of logically showing the flow. And this structure is used in many conferences, journals, and many the publications globally. So if you see this as the diagram I have shown here, what you have to include under each and every, but I am going to explain one by one. Under the title, what you write, under the abstract, what do you write, under introduction, results, methods, discussion, conclusion, references. I am going to discuss with you what we are going to write under these. So each and every section is very important for a research article. We can't miss any of the section out of these sections in a research article. Say title. So title is the title of your research. Then it should be related to your research. So that means there may not be, say, if you are doing something related to agriculture using say, farming technology, or the use of some tools or otherwise technologies if I say related to computing, there are many things we can apply, maybe social media, maybe drones, maybe the IoTs. So like that, we can reflect our study area, and accurately you have to write the title, what you are going to do. So if you are doing something related to food technology, so then you have to relate what specifically you are going to address with this research. So title should be attractive to the reader, and also ambiguous, the terms or the short forms which are not clear should not be used. Then abstract is another section of a research article. Normally, this is just like overall summary. We can't say the summary. It shows all the sections written in a concise way. Normally, the 150 to 250 words are used for that. And normally, we include background, methods we use, results we obtain, conclusion. So otherwise, other sections we summarize in the abstract. But anyway, we don't write the abstract at the beginning. Normally, we write after completing other sections of the research article. And we do not add the citations or references in the abstract. That is the normal way of writing the abstract. Then introduction section. That means just like you are getting the reader to the story that you are going to tell. So therefore, that story starts with the introduction. So therefore, you should give the general background. Say then, think about it is a traffic problem. So you have to say how it impacts the general society and the different aspects. So how it impact the environment and what it should be, like that. So background and importance you have to give. And then you can say what others have done. And also some other methods they may have used, but currently this can be solved much better way. So like that. So you can explain the gap or the problem. And also, then you can explain what you are going to do. That's under objectives. So when you are writing the objectives, maximum just like 3 to 4 objectives may be enough for conference paper. And hypothesis means just what you are going to prove whether some two variables relationship. Say as an example, is there a relationship between the coconut oil and the cardiac diseases? So you are going to prove that kind of one. So then you have to use statistical methods to prove that. So then sometimes in some research, you have to write the hypothesis and prove it. So that also you can write under introduction in a research article. Say here I have mentioned some, you can write in 2-3 paragraphs to move to the next section. So then first you can give the background, what is the problem and why it is a burning issue, and if you reduce it, how it will support the target group. So like that. And then you can give some others work, related work, and also the highlight the gap. So what others haven't addressed, you can. So then you have to say, due to this nature of the problem, you are going to contribute by solving this problem in this way. So final paragraph of the introduction section. So this way you can start writing the introduction section and give the flow to the next section by introducing what other sections cover. Then next section is the method section. So the methodology means method related to the method of doing your research. So therefore it is related to the research methods like qualitative or quantitative or combination of those. So how you are going to do this. So it is also related to the data. So are you going to use the quantitative data from experiments? Sometimes maybe from your lab experiments. Sometimes you may get the data from questionnaire surveys. So like that, quantitative. Or otherwise you may do qualitative, or the interviews or observations. So based on that, you have to write the research method that you are going to use. Then samples. Are you going to consider a sample from different populations, say maybe related to, if it is related to agriculture, maybe from farmers. If it is related to university students, maybe from students. So like that, the participants and the sample size exactly you have to mention. So if I say one of my students did one research related to tomato cultivation, so then the sample is from the tomato growing the farmers. So then the should be related to your the research and also related to your population. Then when doing the research, you can use some tools to gather data, surveys, Google Forms, or otherwise you can use interviews. You can observe, go and observe how the things happen. It is also one important aspect for scientific and engineering kind of research. In addition to the quantitative data we use, it will be more the valid if you combine some other kinds of data in addition to quantitative data. So for analyzing, there are software that you can use easily. These are not very difficult to learn and use. SPSS is one such one, and also NVivo, the mainly good for qualitative data. Also, even some to a certain level, you can use Excel also, creating charts or finding some statistical values like average, the minimum, maximum ranges like that. So up to certain level, you can do using Excel also. Also, you can use some interview recording tools which are available for your research. So then under method section, you can write how you did it. Also, data collection. How did you collect data? During which period you collected? Say, if it is related to some seasons of the agriculture sector, which months you selected to do the data collection. So even that matters. Sometimes your results may be different from time to time that you collect data. So therefore, how you distributed and how many the data or otherwise the participants you targeted, what's the rate of responses. So like that, you have to consider those things under data collection and analyzing. So this needs some statistical tools. You can use appropriate statistical tools. May not be required to go to high level analysis. For conference kind of publications, if it is a journal article, you can do more detailed analysis, and because paper length is about 10 or more than 10 papers, the pages, but for conference normally 6 pages or some conference up to 10 pages like that, limited. So you can use easy statistical tools for your data analysis. And also another requirement, if you are gathering data from many participants, the intervention is there, you have to explain about how did you consider ethical the aspects. So as an example, if you are gathering data from the patients related to some of your research, so then you have to get the informed consent. Also, some universities have ethics review committees to approve the method of the data collection. So that is also one important point under research. So we can't get someone else's data and store or use for our publications or anything without their consent. So there is a way of getting ethical clearance for research. So at least you should mention how did you consider ethical consideration without disclosing their names, without storing or sharing those information to others. There are aspects related to ethics. So that also one important point under methods. Then when you write the results, more and more figures, charts, tables should be used, not just the text. So then for clarity, you have to use those different tools, and you have to highlight the relationships between variables and trends and the most important results to show from your data set and from your analysis. This is related to all the areas. So even if you do research in education or food technology or engineering or computing, this way of representing results should be more the clear way of understanding your results. So not just the giving the figures as tables. So you can represent more and more appropriate ways. I will show an example of a research article after explaining this section. Then next section is the discussion section. So there, you now introduce your topic, explain the method you are going to use, then explain your results, then insights of the results. So discussion means interpret your findings. What do you think about this? What has previously happened? What now happened? And what is the difference between those? What is your expectation and what happened if it is different? So like that, your point of view on the results can be explained under discussion section. And what will it reflect? And also, if you could not get the actual results, why the limitations? Say, as an example, you plan to get data from a larger sample, but you could not. Then the accuracy is low. And also, you targeted to get the data related to the variables like temperature or the weather pattern related, but due to the variations in weather patterns, your data are not as expected. So like that, there may be some reasons for not getting your expected data, expected results. Then you can genuinely explain if it is not achieved. And also you can give opening views to the other researchers. So with one research, there are many other directions come out. So as an example, if you do something about the traffic system, so then sometimes next research may be changing the lifestyle or working pattern of the workers, or giving some flexible timing also. So completely different kind of research you can start, or sometimes the same research can be taken to other level. So then you can suggest future research direction. So we can't say the one research is over any time. So it has many opportunities for further research. So then it should be written. I have given some tips. It's not the literature review. It's something about your results, and also it's a way of interpreting your results. And to the point, you have to explain about what you got and what you expected and what is the relationship, like that. And do not include results not presented in the results section. It should be the conclusions to support your data. Then the final section is the conclusion. So we are not writing anything new. So it is reiterate your main findings, and do not introduce new data. So just you have to write the conclusion or the summary of your other sections. So therefore, normally you write what you plan to expect, then what are your findings, then how do you contribute to the selected area, say if it is related to agriculture field, if it is related to traffic problem in the world, or if it is related to education. So how your research contribute, and if you could not achieve expected outcome, you can mention the limitations, and always give the opening words to the future researchers by positively giving ideas for future research. So these are the sections of the research, and then I will guide you for the citations. That means when you do the research, you have to refer a lot of others' work. So therefore, you have to do the referencing. So we call that citing all the sources of the research, and there are different guidelines from different conferences, and you can use tools. There are many tools available for referencing, not required to do manually. If you do manually, there may be mistakes. So we suggest you to go for any of these tools, but normally there are open source, freely available tools. The one such tool is Zotero. Then you can go for that easily. Easily you can download that, and without going to very much technical details, you can learn the required the sections for your the publications, getting the references, and also relevance and accuracy is required. Then citations, when you are writing, there are two ways. In-text narrative citations, that mean just like giving this way, the author's name, year, and then write that way, or otherwise write at the end. So that is one way. So therefore, then giving the references as the conference highlighted, a conference has guided you to use the APA style, American Psychological Association style, and then the way of writing here is the article. If it is author, then year, title, like that. This format is used for APA style. Reference ලියන style කීපයක් තියෙනවා. The Unitec conference එක use කරන්නේ the APA style එක. ඒකට ලියන විදිය මෙතන මම example එකක් දාලා තියෙන්නේ. ඔයගලන්ට ඒ විදියට use කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඊළඟට the tools, if you are using for the tools, there are different tools for editing. So language editing, you can use Grammarly. Even the free version up to certain level you can use for correcting the language, and also when you are writing the articles, plagiarism, that means whether we have taken someone's work as it is a problem. So we have to check the plagiarism, the Turnitin, and also some other plagiarism checkers you can use for that. And also for analysis of data, you can use SPSS or Minitab. There are many, but easy tools are available for you to use. And also the presentation, PowerPoint is the very commonly used one, but anyway, Canva also use, even my students use even Canva. Now I am going to show you an article and the template for directly focusing on the expectation of this the session. You have to do proofreading, and it's very important. Erroneous articles we don't like. It should be without errors. So here you have to consider the submission guidelines, the deadlines, and the formatting of that. the last minute issues, sometimes you will not be able to upload your paper. Those things are also important. Then when presenting, you have to consider important points to present, and the key points of your presentation you have to consider. The practice the presentation many times, because you are going to present in English language. So anyway, the practice make you perfect, as we know. So it will be easy for you to do it if you practice. Time limit, the normally given in presentations, 15 to 20 minutes, you have to limit for that. And ready for answering the questions. This is not very difficult thing. I think many the students like to do this, the presentations based on their projects. So you can start doing it now. The given deadlines will be reached, and then before that you can complete your writing. So it won't be a very big the difficult thing. So we hope this time many articles from Tibet sector from different topics for the conference. So if I say as a reviewer, what do we expect as a reviewer? So for conference, the articles submitted are reviewed at least by 2 reviewers. That means 2 other the lecturers or the researchers will be assigned to read it and say how it should be improved, whether it is suitable, like that. Then we expect clarity, quality of writing. ඒ කියන්නේ පැහැදිලිව ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ රිසර්ච් එක ලියලා තියෙනවද කියන එක. ඊළඟට මේක actual the contribution එක මොකක්ද රිසර්ච් වලට. අලුත් දෙයක් මේකෙන් present කරනවද. ඒ ටික බලනවා. ඊළඟට methodology එක Dr. 𝗓𝔯𝔢𝔢 also explained, replicated. Is it clear? And if someone else do it again, when can the same results achieved, write that. And the way of presenting and interpreting results, and literature. අනිත් අය කරපු දේවල් මොනවද කියලා highlight කරලා තියෙනවද, ඒ ටික ලියලා තියෙනවද, ඊළඟට the limitations, ඊළඟට මේ research එක අනිත් අයට කොහොමද useful වෙන්නේ, other researchersලා කොහොමද මේක පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. So like that, there is a checklist for reviewers to see whether the article is appropriate, and the submission guidelines. So these things will be considered when selecting the articles. Then I will show you one example. This is one publication. Say this is one such a publication. Actually, this is not from conference. If you just see the overview, see it is a combination of the charts and the tables, everything. So if I say the first section, say this part, the title and the author details section. So that even that should be correct. So you may write from the Unitech only. So correct email address, way of as per the template given, you have to give these details. Even the title should be clear, and even this author details should be correct. Even then abstract. So abstract you have to write about the entire article. Then keywords. Keywords means if someone is searching related to your topic, so keywords will be helpful to give your article also in the list that they get. දැන් උදාහරණයක් විදිහට Google එකේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ මොකක් හරි topic එකට related information search කරනවා නම් මේ keywords හරියට දාලා තිබුණොත් ඒ අදාළ keyword එකට අදාළව කවුරු හරි search කරනකොට ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ article එකත් ඒකට අදාළව පෙන්නනවා. So therefore it is also important to mention keywords in your research. Then introduction, as I explained, the about 2-3 the paragraphs. Then after that, see the tables should be used properly. And then if you use algorithms or මොන හරි equations use කරනවා නම් ඒවා explain කරලා තියෙන්න ඕන number කරලා ඊළඟට methodology එක. ඉතින් the participants කවුද apparatus මොනවද procedure මොකද්ද ඒ ටික explain කරලා තියෙන methodology section එකේ. ඊළඟ results discussion බොහෝ විට අපි explain කරනකොට relevant the statistical tools ඒ වගේම the graphical tools use කරලා explain කරන්නේ clarity එක වැඩි වෙන්න. So this is that kind of article. And also finally the conclusion is written and then the reference list is created. මේ reference list එක ඔයගොල්ලෝ අතින් ඕනවට හදන්න ඕන එකක් නෙමෙයි. අර reference tool එකක් use කරාම මේක automatically එතන හැදෙනවා. So that is related to the publication and how you have to do. So each and every section here is important. See this part title, every word is important, and also the abstract section you have to the write last, then should reflect what you have written inside the article. ඊළඟට the keywords related to your topic, the most suitable words, generic words අපි දාන්නෙත් නෑ වැඩිය. ඒ article එකට related words ඔයගොල්ලන්ට හිතා ගන්න සාමාන්‍ය වචන 5ක් වගේ තමයි දාන්නේ. So you can add the keywords. So use for database indexing and searching. So this is one way that your paper will be accessed by many. Then introduction section, you have to give the idea about your paper. Then the method section, what you did, how you did it, should be explained. And then about methodology, participants, and then what apparatus or what method, tools, the design, those things should be explained. And then results and discussion. Got the results ටික statistics tools use කරලා ඊළඟට එහෙම නැත්නම් graphical tools use කරලා explain කරන part එක ඊළඟට the ඒකේ අපි explain කරන්නේ දැනට අපි කරපු results වලට වඩාම related වෙන ටික තමයි ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ topic එකට සමහරලාට මීට වඩා ගොඩක් ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ actual research එකේ තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. නමුත් මේ paper එකට අදාළ වෙන results ටික තමයි අපි මේකට the include කරන්න ඕන. So then conclusion, summarize what you did, then restate the important findings, and then give the future work and the new ideas, the need not to develop, what is what is done in your work, you have to explain, but future work should be explained very well as the final thought of the article. So again, some articles you can acknowledge for if someone supported you or if you got any funding. So like that acknowledgement also you can give. And references are very important to give as a list. Then here I have taken the template for you to show. This is the template of our conference. So follow the given guidelines of the template. Abstract you can write at last as I have as it is explained, and the keywords and introduction, methods, so results, so those sections, discussions, so acknowledgement. So these are the sections of the research article that you have to use. And guidelines are given here, you can use those. So in addition to that, sometimes you can write literature review papers also. So you can consider even writing the literature review paper. Here I am going to show you a literature review paper. So you see, this is actually, I have done this with the Australian University. So this is based on a literature, existing literature. Even from that you can write. But anyway, again, introduction, the method, then the results, discussion, conclusion, even for that applies. So this is related to the literature review only. So even that kind of paper you can write for conference, but much better if you consider your own work that you have done or propose to do the conference paper. And also there is another paper here showing I wanted to here highlight the abstract. You see, in this abstract, they have separated. සමහර වෙලාවට සමහර conference වල එහෙම නැත්නම් journal වල මෙහෙම වෙන් කරලාම ලියන්න තියෙනවා abstract එකට මොනවද දාන්න කියලා. So this is one such a thing. So it is not very difficult thing for you, as I think if you have the willingness to do. So these are the references, way of doing referencing. So if you start it, I hope you can do so you see the different graphical tools used, the tabulation methods used, and you can use different ways of presenting your data and discussion normally maybe descriptive, and then references like that. So this is one such a paper. So I have to say that as a motivating word, many of my students, also undergraduate students, have written articles, and they have highlighted that in their LinkedIn profiles and CVs. Then it will be another opportunity for you to get further opportunities in your career also. Yeah, this one showing the abstract section and the author information section, introduction, methods, see the details of the results, see like that. Actually, here there are many final year students also. This is just like a way of converting the projects into a research article. So for some of you, it is not doing something new again, like that. I showed another article. Yeah, this is the template that is in actually given in the website. So therefore, you can get it from the link given. So this is the template. See here, you can see the sections that I explained: title and the author details, abstract, keywords, introduction, methods, results, and discussion, conclusion, references. These are included. So it is just like a way of saying a story about the research. Okay, this is a literature review, but even here, what others say, that means from the existing work, what we can get. So this is just based on the existing papers. So there are research articles. From those, the findings are written. So this methodology is then about a literature review. So same structure is used: abstract, introduction, method, then results, like that. So you can use additional subtopics as you want for the given guidelines.
Thank you very much for giving us so interesting explanation regarding how to write a research paper. We warmly request you all to submit your paper to IRS 2025.